Hello, beautiful souls. It's Laura here to do an energy check-in for you. We're going to be focusing on the new moon in Taurus that we have coming up on May 16th, 2026. But whenever this reading finds you, we're going to ask that your messages come through. Anything you need to know for advice, guidance, and support. Ooh, okay, so we're having a hard time shuffling here. Maybe things aren't lining up for some people. We are going to ask your angels and your spirit guides to please come through with any messages that you need for advice, guidance, and support for the highest good of everyone involved regarding this new moon in Taurus. All right, we're going to get a kind of overarching energy first. Oh, we have a new beginning. It is a new moon. Pretty fitting. But it did come out in reverse. I don't know if that's... Yeah, it must be holding... No, some of these are in reverse. So this is kind of a rough start to a new beginning. Oh, that makes sense why I was getting that message about things not lining up. I'm going to look at the bottom of the deck here. We have Solitude. Solitude also in reverse. I feel like maybe this is self-isolation. Taking time to reflect, right? We just had a full moon in Scorpio not too long ago for releasing, letting go. We are going to pull out some tarot cards as well. And again, we're going to ask for your angels and your spirit guides to please come through with any messages that you need for advice, guidance, and support for the highest good of everyone involved regarding this new moon in Taurus. Okay, we have two different 10s here. Clear ending. I mean, we're talking about a new beginning, but it looks like we cannot have this new beginning without first letting go of the burdens that we've been carrying. We have the Knight of Pentacles showing up in reverse. This is a very, painfully slow process. I do feel here this self-isolation. We got the Hermit in reverse. We have Solitude and the Hermit. I feel like this is kind of like a defense mechanism here. Shutting in so that we can find our confidence again, our power, right? This is a very empowered energy here, starting off the reading. And if you look in here, it's like this, it almost looks like a volcano, but it's a mountain with a sun either setting or rising, however you want to look at it. But it is a new beginning. So I'm assuming the card is trying to portray it as a sunrise, right? But the fact that it's showing up in reverse here makes me feel like this is more like a sunset. Like we are seeing the close with the 10 of Swords is this painful ending, right? And the 10 of Wands is carrying far too much. We are seeing the end of, I feel like this is like people pleasing because of the Queen of Wands here. The end of people pleasing. The beginning is what we're trying to start here. The beginning of not just self-reliance, because, there is this double down on, solitude, being alone. The thing about this Hermit card is, though, they're holding this candle, right? And it's this light that is gently guiding them. It's their inner light that is lighting the pathway. Each step fully supported as they move through whatever this darkness is. And there's the promise of light, of warmth, illumination. Okay, I'm also getting this with the full moon. The transformations with that Scorpio energy may be very slow, gradual transformations, because there's this very inward based energy, and it takes time to process these things. I also feel like there is something coming to light here about a burden that you have carried. There's some kind of truth being acknowledged as you continue to carry what is not yours to carry anymore. So with that full moon, like I said, I feel like it really triggered a very slow moving release. And a lot of it has to do with people pleasing, with, you know, doing things that you feel like you have to do, right? But now there's this more empowered stance as we move into the new moon in Taurus. She is set on her way. She knows what she wants. She is locked in. Okay, and that might even be a driving force behind this kind of self-isolation. It's almost like, I see that these are my burdens to carry, and now I'm starting to realize in this slow, gradual transformation that some of them are not actually mine anymore, you know, because there's this realization, that's the truth that's coming to light about some of the people that you're involved with. Taurus is very home-centered, right? So you might be clearing out things from other people, okay, because we move into Gemini shortly after that, and we're going to be going into Gemini season as well on the 20th, so only 4 days later after this new moon, we're moving into the Gemini energy. So that's very social. You're going to start thinking about maybe things from other people that you still have in your home, releasing it, right, so that you can have this kind of fresh start. I really feel like there's this cleaning the slate that's been happening this year for a lot of people, and I feel like it's going to be highly activated. Now, we also have a blue moon coming up on the 31st, so I just want to get just a little taste of what that entails. So we're going to ask your angels and your spirit guides to please come through with any messages regarding this blue moon as well. However, I am going to do a full reading for the blue moon, and I am going to include all the signs in my next video. But we're going to take a look real quick, kind of get a sneak peek. All right. We got the Ace of Cups. There's that new beginning. That is a happy new beginning that we have been waiting for. Okay, we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. This is one of the happiest cards in the deck. There's a rainbow, there's people together, there's celebrations, everybody's satisfied. When it's in reverse, it means like we are almost there, we're on our way, there's a little bit of resistance, and I think it has to do with this. The remaining kind of toxic energy that is left behind with those tendencies that we had, right? As we move closer to summer, I do feel like there's going to be these kind of like tugs, strings on our heart, you know, being tugged. Kind of people from the past reaching out, trying to get a hold of you again. You know, there might be people who have had control over you as well, because we have this card, the Queen of Swords. It's showing up in reverse. The Queen of Swords will oftentimes, for me, represent drawing clear boundaries. And when it's in reverse, that means we're having a hard time doing that, you know? And so I do feel like this blue moon is going to be part of that testing, this temptation, or at least the beginnings of it. We have the High Priestess in reverse. Okay, you are a very intuitive person. You need to trust your gut. I feel like in the past we may not have, and that was part of some of the stuff that we're leaving behind here. And I think that it'll begin to be fully released around the blue moon. It's the full moon in Sagittarius on May 31st. So those are opposites, right? We have the Gemini energy, and then every full moon it's going to be in the opposite sign. Sagittarius is the opposite of Gemini. So there's going to be this yearning for adventure. I feel like that's going to be the catalyst in this release, right? And it's going to allow the sunset through the darkness, as we travel through the darkness in the Hermit card, between the new moon in Taurus on the 16th. We're going to venture through the kind of shadow aspects of our connections, of our friendships, right? And then on the full moon in Sagittarius, there's going to be this kind of like bursting forward of summertime, sunshine, right? We're going to feel more activated. We're going to feel more energetic and alive. So that's what I have for you today. Please embrace these, letting go of these burdens, because these endings are going to bring a brand new sunrise, and it's going to be a beautiful thing for your confidence and for everything else. Abundance galore. We love this. We love the new beginning. Let your cup overfill with joy and happiness as we enter into the warmer months. So I hope this message serves you well. I am wishing you so much love, success, and happiness now and always. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Bye.